Everyone laughed when a young hunter claimed he would enter the forbidden seven forests alone. But when an ancient evil awakened and entire kingdoms began to fall into darkness, he became the only person brave enough to stand against it. Armed with nothing but a bow, courage, and a destiny he never asked for, Kelechi faced monstrous spirits, deadly betrayals, and a sorcerer powerful enough to destroy the world. What he discovered deep inside the forest changed his life forever. And the ending left an entire kingdom in tears. In the ancient kingdom of Ajanaku, surrounded by thick forests and rolling hills, there lived a young hunter named Kelechi. Unlike other boys his age, Kelechi loved exploring dangerous places. While children played in the village square, he wandered through the wilderness, studying animal tracks and learning the secrets of the forest. The elders often warned him about the seven forests, a mysterious region believed to be ruled by powerful spirits. But Kelechi only smiled whenever he heard the stories. Deep inside his heart burned a desire for adventure, and he dreamed of becoming the greatest hunter the kingdom had ever known. Kelechi's father, Obi, was one of the finest hunters in the land. Every morning before sunrise, he took his son deep into the bush to teach him survival skills. He showed him how to read footprints, set traps, and move silently through the undergrowth. Years passed, and Kelechi became stronger and wiser. His arrows flew straighter than those of most grown men. The villagers began speaking of him with admiration, believing that he would one day surpass even his legendary father. One dry season, a giant lion appeared near the village. It attacked livestock and frightened farmers working in distant fields. Several hunters attempted to track it, but none returned with success. Determined to protect his people, Kelechi followed the lion's trail alone. After a long pursuit, he found the beast drinking from a river. Instead of attacking immediately, he observed its behavior and noticed something unusual. An old spear was lodged deep in its side. Realizing the lion was suffering, Kelechi slowly approached. The wounded creature growled but lacked the strength to fight. With remarkable courage, he removed the spear and treated the wound using medicinal herbs his father had taught him to recognize. Kelechi entered the Forest of Echoes, where voices from the past floated through the trees. Hunters who lost their way often became trapped by memories and never returned. The whispers tried to distract him with promises of wealth and glory. Remembering his mission, he ignored them and continued forward until he reached the forest's edge. Near sunset, Kelechi encountered a monstrous python coiled around a sacred tree. Its scales shimmered like bronze, and its eyes glowed red in the darkness. The creature attacked without warning. Using speed and intelligence rather than strength, Kelechi managed to outmaneuver it and strike its vulnerable neck. The defeated python vanished into smoke, revealing it had been an evil spirit. Deep within the wilderness, Kelechi discovered a hidden village inhabited by people forgotten by the outside world. They welcomed him warmly and listened to his story. The village chief revealed an ancient prophecy about a hunter destined to restore balance to the land. He believed Kelechi was the chosen one and offered guidance for the difficult path ahead. Following the chief's directions, Kelechi arrived at a cave covered in strange symbols. The entrance seemed alive, breathing darkness into the air. Inside, shadow creatures attempted to frighten him. Though terrified, he remembered the blessing of the spirit woman and pressed onward, refusing to surrender to fear. Beyond the cave, Kelechi encountered a magnificent golden antelope. Unlike ordinary animals, it spoke in a calm human voice and offered to guide him. The antelope led him safely through dangerous terrain. In return, Kelechi promised never to hunt magical creatures, understanding that some beings existed to protect nature. Eventually, Kelechi reached an ancient shrine that had fallen into ruin. Sacred statues lay shattered across the ground, and dark energy lingered in the air. An old priest appeared and explained that the shrine once protected the kingdom from evil. Its destruction had allowed darkness to spread unchecked throughout the land. The priest told Kelechi that 7 sacred stones were needed to restore the shrine's power. The first stone was hidden beneath a waterfall guarded by spirits. After overcoming several challenges, Kelechi recovered the stone. The moment he touched it, a warm light filled the sky. The second stone rested inside a valley surrounded by rivers of fire. Many adventurers had perished trying to reach it. Using wisdom rather than force, Kelechi crossed safely and secured the stone. The blessing of the river spirit protected him from the flames. The third stone belonged to the Hyena King, a cunning ruler feared across the wilderness. He demanded a contest of intelligence rather than combat. Kelechi solved every riddle presented to him. Impressed by his wisdom, the Hyena King willingly surrendered the stone. A vast desert separated Kelechi from the fourth stone. During the journey, mischievous spirits created mirages to lead travelers astray. Kelechi relied on the magical shell and his instincts. After many hardships, he reached the hidden oasis where the stone awaited. The fourth stone was protected by a giant eagle spirit atop a towering mountain. The climb tested Kelechi's endurance and determination. Upon reaching the summit, he proved his noble intentions. The eagle granted him the stone and blessed his arrows. Kelechi next entered a forest inhabited by enormous beings. Though intimidating, they respected courage and honesty. After helping them resolve a dispute, the giants revealed the location of the fifth stone. Their friendship became a valuable alliance. The giants led Kelechi to a hidden canyon where the sixth sacred stone was said to rest. The path was narrow and dangerous, with steep cliffs on both sides. As he journeyed through the canyon, strange voices echoed from the rocks, trying to lure him into traps. At the heart of the canyon stood a stone altar guarded by 3 spirit warriors. Instead of attacking, they demanded to know why he sought the sacred stone. Kelechi spoke honestly about his mission to save the kingdom. Moved by his sincerity, the spirits stepped aside and allowed him to claim the stone. As Kelechi continued his journey, he arrived at a village where nobody smiled. The crops had withered, livestock had vanished, and every newborn child fell mysteriously ill. The village elders explained that a witch spirit had cursed them after a sacred tree was cut down. Kelechi tracked the spirit to a nearby swamp and confronted it. Through courage and wisdom, he persuaded the spirit to lift the curse after the villagers promised to restore the sacred grove. One night, while camping beneath a giant baobab tree, Kelechi noticed glowing eyes watching him from the darkness. A magnificent leopard with silver fur stepped into the moonlight. The leopard revealed itself to be a guardian spirit. It warned Kelechi that darker forces had become aware of his mission and were preparing to stop him. Before disappearing, it gifted him a magical claw capable of exposing hidden enemies. The final sacred stone lay deep inside a forbidden forest where no human had entered for centuries. The trees towered like mountains, blocking out the sunlight. After overcoming many supernatural obstacles, Kelechi finally reached an ancient temple hidden among the roots of colossal trees. There, he found the 7th sacred stone resting upon a golden pedestal. As he touched it, all 7 stones began to glow with tremendous power. Carrying the complete set of sacred stones, Kelechi hurried back to the ruined shrine. Along the way, storms raged and strange creatures attempted to block his path. When he finally reached the shrine, the old priest welcomed him with tears of joy. Together they placed the 7 stones into their ancient positions. A powerful light erupted into the sky, partially restoring the shrine's lost power. Although the shrine was restored, the darkness remained. The priest revealed a terrifying secret. The evil spreading across the land came from Wokaniaji, a banished spirit sorcerer imprisoned centuries ago. The restoration of the shrine had weakened his influence, but it had also awakened him. Soon, his shadow army would march across the kingdom unless Kelechi stopped him forever. The forest spirit summoned Kelechi to a sacred clearing. There, representatives from rivers, mountains, forests, and animals gathered to discuss the coming threat. They agreed to aid the brave hunter. Each spirit offered a blessing, strengthening his body, sharpening his senses, and protecting him from dark magic. Far away, Mwokaniaji unleashed his army of shadow creatures. Villages across the kingdom began reporting attacks during the night. Kalechi joined local hunters and warriors to defend innocent people. His courage inspired others, and many volunteered to fight alongside him. The first major battle occurred on the Red Plains. Thousands of shadow creatures emerged from dark portals and charged toward nearby settlements. Using the Eagle Spirit's blessing and his unmatched archery skills, Kalechi led the defenders to victory. Though successful, he realized the enemy was only testing their strength. During the battle, Kalechi rescued a young man captured by shadow spirits. To everyone's surprise, the stranger revealed himself to be a prince from a neighboring kingdom. The prince explained that Nwokaniaji had already conquered several distant lands. Together, they vowed to unite their kingdoms against the growing darkness. Seeking information about the sorcerer, Kalechi traveled to a hidden cave containing ancient records. The walls were covered with mysterious symbols. Inside, he discovered that Nwokaniaji could only be defeated using a legendary weapon known as the Spear of Dawn, lost centuries ago. Kalechi and the prince began searching for the weapon. Their journey took them across rivers, deserts, and forgotten ruins. Many doubted the spear even existed. Yet Kalechi remained determined, believing that every legend carried a grain of truth. The clues eventually led them to a sacred lake. Rising from the waters was an enormous spirit turtle older than any living human. The turtle agreed to help them but demanded proof of their worthiness. After passing several difficult tests, they earned its trust and received the next clue. Following the turtle's directions, Kalechi reached an island permanently covered in mist. Strange creatures lurked within the fog. At the island's center stood an ancient shrine. There, hidden beneath stone floors untouched for centuries, lay the legendary Spear of Dawn. As Kalechi celebrated finding the weapon, one of his companions revealed himself as a servant of Nwokaniaji. The traitor stole the spear and escaped into the darkness. Heartbroken but determined, Kalechi pursued him without hesitation. The pursuit lasted several days through forests and mountains. The traitor used powerful magic to stay ahead. Eventually, Kalechi cornered him near a volcanic cliff. After a fierce struggle, he recovered the Spear of Dawn and reclaimed hope for the kingdoms. Dark clouds covered the sky as Nwokaniaji prepared for war. Rivers overflowed, crops failed, and fear spread throughout the land. The kings of many kingdoms gathered their armies. They chose Kalechi as the supreme commander of their united forces. Before the final battle, the spirit woman who first blessed Kalechi appeared once again. She praised his growth from a fearless boy into a true hero. She gave him one final blessing, ensuring that no dark magic could control his heart during the coming confrontation. The united armies marched toward Doom Mountain, where Nwokaniaji had built his fortress. Villagers lined the roads, offering prayers and gifts. Though frightened, Kalechi remained calm and focused on the mission ahead. The fortress was protected by towering walls and powerful enchantments. Shadow creatures attacked relentlessly from every direction. For 7 days and 7 nights, fierce battles raged. Both sides suffered losses, but the defenders gradually gained ground. Deep within the mountain, Kalechi encountered an ancient dragon spirit imprisoned by Nwokaniaji centuries earlier. The kings of many kingdoms gathered their armies. They chose Kalechi as the supreme commander of their united forces. Before the final battle, the spirit woman who first blessed Kalechi appeared once again. She praised his growth from a fearless boy into a true hero. She gave him one final blessing, ensuring that no dark magic could control his heart during the coming confrontation. The united armies marched toward Doom Mountain, where Nwokaniaji had built his fortress. Villagers lined the roads, offering prayers and gifts. Though frightened, Kalechi remained calm and focused on the mission ahead. The fortress was protected by towering walls and powerful enchantments. Shadow creatures attacked relentlessly from every direction. For 7 days and 7 nights, fierce battles raged. Both sides suffered losses, but the defenders gradually gained ground. Deep within the mountain, Kalechi encountered an ancient dragon spirit imprisoned by Nwokuniaji centuries earlier. After freeing the creature, he gained a powerful ally whose fiery breath shattered the fortress defenses. With the dragon's help, the united armies finally breached the fortress walls. Shadow warriors fled in every direction. Kalechi fought bravely at the front lines, clearing a path toward the sorcerer's throne chamber. Inside the throne chamber stood Nwokuniaji. His eyes burned like fire, and darkness swirled around him. The sorcerer mocked Kalechi, claiming humans were too weak to challenge him. Kalechi refused to be intimidated and raised the Spear of Dawn. Their battle shook the mountain. Magic collided with sacred power, sending shockwaves through the fortress. Though Kalechi fought courageously, he quickly realized that the sorcerer's strength exceeded anything he had faced before. A powerful blast of dark energy knocked Kalechi to the ground. The Spear of Dawn slipped from his grasp. The armies watching from below feared their champion had been defeated. Nwokuniaji laughed triumphantly. At that moment, every spirit Kalechi had helped during his journey appeared. The river spirit, eagle spirit, golden antelope, lion, turtle, and many others surrounded him. Their combined power restored his strength. Rising once more, Kalechi prepared for the final confrontation. Empowered by the spirits and the hopes of countless people, Kalechi charged forward with renewed determination. The Spear of Dawn blazed brighter than the sun. With one mighty strike, he pierced the sorcerer's dark armor and shattered its power forever. Nwokuniaji let out a terrifying scream as his dark magic dissolved. The Shadow Army vanished instantly. Across the kingdoms, rivers cleared, crops revived, and sunlight returned. The long nightmare had finally ended. Kalechi returned home to a celebration unlike any in history. Drums echoed through the kingdom for days, and people traveled from distant lands to honor him.